Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Road Builder YouTube channel. Today I want to make an updated video on how to make simulator pets because I have been working on a little pet pack for my game and they're turning out pretty a-okay, and here's the shape I went with. But let me show you guys how to start and everything like that, and as a little bonus I'll show you how to make eggs as well because those are super easy and you could do them in like 5 seconds. So that's what we'll start with. You just want to have Blender open, of course, Shift A, and then you'll want to go to a UV sphere, just like that, guys. And then you're going to press Tab on your keyboard, go into your vertice select mode by clicking this button right here, grab the top vertice by clicking on it, click on this little circle right here, or you can press O on your keyboard, and that'll turn on proportional editing. And then I go into my front orthographic view by holding Alt and then pressing in on the middle scroll wheel and kind of scrolling around. You can also use your number pad, but I don't have a number pad. And then I press G to see how big my proportional editing area is. It's this big right now, so that'll work. And now I'm just going to move this up, just like that, and we have an egg. We'll right-click on it, shade smooth, and there we go, guys. That's the simplest way to make an egg. Very easy, looks nice, everything's good. Now, let's get into how to make pets. First things first, you need to think of a base design. We're going to go ahead, grab a couple cubes here, because we are focused on the simulator style pets, and those are mostly always cubes. So, first things, you could do a normal blocky pet just like this, with no extra anything to it. It's just a block. You could do Shift D, scale it down, and then, of course, we need our legs for our simulator pet. Most of them have 4 legs, so I'm going to scoot this out and put one of these legs on each corner. So we'll do something like this, Shift D, put another one over here, grab both of those, Shift D again, and drag them down. And now we have a very basic, excuse my blender, guys, since I have pets way over there as well, it's making the movement quite extreme. So there's like the basic pet shape, and we'll just do Control J to join all of that together, and there it is. Up next, we could do a more rounded pet. They look softer and most of the time a bit cuter. We're gonna go into our face select mode, just off of vertices really, and press Control B, and that's gonna open bevel, and you can make these like this, just barely, or you can use your scroll wheel to make those a lot more. I would not recommend doing a ton, just because you could cause lag in your game if you go too crazy. But something like this or this isn't too bad. Then just click, and as you can see, it's now softer sides. We'll do the same thing in shade smooth on that, and now we would have a nice smooth pet. So, looks very good, and you would want to do the same thing with the legs. You could just copy this, Shift D, move it down, scale it with S, and then you put these right where you want them to go. And of course, you can scale them however big you want them to be. It doesn't overly matter. And if you wanted to even go a little extra with it, we could go and press Tab into our edit view, and we're on face select. We'll grab this face right here, and then we still have our proportional editing on. So if we press S, we should probably make the thing a bit smaller. So we'll do like this. And if we press S, we could scale out the bottom of those feet, and now it's going to give it a little bit cuter of a look, more stylized, I guess you could say. And I'm going to move these kind of to the middle, just because we're going for that cute look, not really that big body stance. So check that out. We have this versus this. Personally, if I were making a simulator, which I am, I would go for this look. It's a little bit more polys, a little bit more tries, whatever you want to call it, but it looks so much better and way more cute. Now, another thing you can do is add in a bit of variation in it. So I'm not even gonna start with the cube again. I'm going to just duplicate this one, and you can add pretty much anything you want. So if we press Control R to add a loop cut, there we go. We could make it scale out a little bit. We should turn oh, we do have proportional editing on. Let me make that a little bit bigger here. Something like this. So we could turn on proportional editing, and now we have sort of a, I don't know, a fatter pet, I suppose. Definitely looks pretty cool. Let me go ahead and duplicate this one again, so I can show you guys some more with it. We could add a loop cut on the top. This is one of my personal favorites, and it would be way wise to do this before you bevel, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So we're just gonna grab this top one and move it down, I really like how that looks. And in my game, I even grab the back and move it up a little bit. So it's something like this. Now this looks a little scuffed compared to the ones I have over there because I didn't do it the best way possible. I would recommend doing all of the hard surface stuff, whether that's bending or making a slant, something like that, before you add the bevel modifier. It will just make things a lot easier. So first things first, when you're making a pet, you need to have your base shape down packed and ready to go for the rest of them. So now that we have our base shape pick, I'm going to use this one since it doesn't exactly match my current game. And I'm going to delete the rest of them because, yo, we don't need those. We just need this guy right here. Now we need to think about what the first pet we want to have is. And a dog and a cat are pretty much the first pet in every single game. So we'll go ahead and do a dog because I'm definitely more of a dog person than a cat person. And to do that, we can go into edit mode. And what I'm going to do is press Control R to add in 2 loop cuts. And then I'm going to do S and Y. That's going to... Oh, wait, let me turn off proportional editing. Now, S and Y. And that's going to scale these on the Y axis and make these a little bit more manageable. I'm going to click on my face select right here. And I'm going to grab this and this. And these are how I'm going to make the dog ears. In fact, let me go back to my line select mode and grab these again and do S and Y one more time because I want the dog ears to be a little bit fatter than they were. So right here, we're going to start up here and do Alt-E, extrude faces, just like that, guys. Alt-E again, extrude faces. And you could also just press E. I just do Alt-E because I can extrude along face normals as well, which would... I guess it doesn't really make a huge difference on this particular thing, but you know. So now we can kind of shape out some dog ears, guys. And yes, this looks a bit scuffed at the moment. Let me kind of work on it. We're going to add a loop cut here and here. Grab both of those by holding Shift, Alt, and clicking them. And we're going to bring this back up. I will have to fix some stuff. I didn't model these in the best way possible here. In fact, let's go ahead and just Control Z so we can do one extrude at a time. So there we go. Now we're going to extrude this one, bend it over a little bit, drag it down, and we're going to go into our side view and kind of rotate this. We're going to drag them back, and this part is all preference, guys. However you want to make it look at the end of the day is what you're going to want to do. But for me, I like really floppy-eared dogs, so something like this is pretty cute in my mind. And now what I'm going to do is just kind of scale these down a little bit. We'll do scale and scale. So now our dog has some floppy ears. We will go ahead and make these a bit different as well. I'm going to grab this line here, holding Alt and clicking on the line, and then Shift Alt, clicking on the other line, and that's going to grab both. Oh wait, we actually can only grab one at a time because we want to scale it. So I'm going to scale these up a little bit, and I'll do the same for over here. Scale it up a little bit, or maybe even down. Let me see. Ooh, down's kind of cute, but it's looking like a little snake sort of thing up there, so it's kind of weird. Anyways, we can grab some faces and just start moving stuff around and seeing what affects this in the best way. I think bringing these forward a little bit looks nice, and we could always grab this inner line in here on both of those and kind of just make it affect a lot less, so we're more along these lines now. Now, of course, the more time you spend on something, the better it's going to look. If you want some examples, this is my last dog and cat right here. They look pretty cute, and I think they're pretty good. But guys, overall, that's how you make simulator pets. Now, real quick, I'll go ahead and show you guys how to texture them in Blender as well, because as you notice, they are one piece. If you would like to color them in Studio, a lot of people ask me this all the time, you're going to want to separate in Blender whatever separate pieces you want to color in Studio. So, say I want the ears and the legs to be the same color in Studio and the body to be a different color. So what I need to do is select the ears and the legs. I'm going to grab my face select and grab the bottom of each of these and then press Control plus. And that is going to go ahead and grab all of the linked faces. And then I'm going to hover over each foot and press L. And that'll grab those. And then I'll click P in selection. And as you can see, the body and the ears and feet are a different piece. So if we bring this into Studio, this will be two pieces and we can color this something and color this something. However, I like to add a texture to these in Blender, and then you can have like gradients and cute stuff like that. So to do that, all you're going to do is go to your UV editing tab right here in Blender. I do have this color palette in my Discord. There's a channel called Dev Resources, and you scroll up way to the top and you can get it right there, guys. And of course, the Discord link is down below. So to add textures, all you want to do, click this button right here, the circle with the red and white kind of thing. It's a circle. Click new right here on base color, this yellow button. Click on image texture, and then on this drop down arrow next to this image kind of thing, you'll click this and then click on color grid, or whatever you named the file and brought it into Blender. I guess I didn't touch on that. To bring it in, you'll click on this little button right here, and then you can just open it up from your computer. There we go. Now, actually texturing them, all we're going to do is press tab, so we're in edit mode, and then we're going to press U and project from view. Well, I guess we have to select it. U, project from view, and now exactly how we see this here is how we see it over here. So I'm going to press A over here and S to scale that down. This is a dog, so we're going to go ahead and make him brown, something like this. All right, and then I actually really like this already. I don't think I would do much texturing changes. We could, if we wanted to be a little fancy, go in here and grab the inner ears like so. Let me grab the other side as well. And now we can use eye, which is inset. And if we do this, now that we have those faces, we can press G, move them over to a lighter brown, and now we have something that looks like this. Once again, if you don't want a texture, just make sure you separate all the parts in Blender, and you'll be able to hop on into Studio. But guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.